Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of March right through the end of April 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And of course, you can see that I'm in a different environment than usual. I've gone to visit family members that I haven't seen for years and years and years. So I will be back in my usual circumstances in the next week and a half or so. But I just thought I'd let you know why I'm in a different environment. Now, getting straight to your reading, you're currently governed by your 12th house, and that's the deepest part of your chart. So some of you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual in the working environment. You may feel like withdrawing in order to focus on new ideas or prioritizing things that are really important at this time. Some of you are looking at how you're growing through your career sector. You know, this is all about your personal growth, so you may be looking to see if your belief system aligns with your current working environment, whether you're making a mark in your industry, whatever industry you work in, whether you are an entrepreneur working for yourself or whether you are working for a company or even looking for work. I feel it's really about you entering into a period where you get the best out of whatever it is that you do, okay? Now also your 7th house of partnerships will be influencing you as you move through April, and that's your everyday circumstances, you know, deepening alliances in the working environment or even starting up businesses with people that you truly trust. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Some of you are also noticing that you have friends in high places with your 7th and 12th house combined. So that can be that you are headhunted or being noticed for a promotion or a raise in some way. But also it's about being discerning of the company that you keep in the working environment. So some of you may be withdrawing from people that cause a lot of drama or do a lot of gossiping, for example, or you may be looking at who tries to, you know, take your ideas and take credit for them. Or, you know, some of you may be noticing if there is someone in the office or in your industry who bad mouths someone in your company, you could be starting to wonder, do they talk about me in the same way that they talk about that person when they're not there? Because I feel it's really important for you to recognize who you can trust at this time, especially if you are implementing new ideas. Now, your first 2 cards, they're both 2s, okay? So you got a 2 of Cups there, but you've also got a 2 of Wands. So some of you are in the planning stages of changing your career sector or just checking in with yourself to see if you're on the right path. You know, do you still love what you do? How can you take things to the next level? How can you really stand out from the crowd in your career sector? Now we also have the World card, so I definitely see that you're going to be very goal-oriented. Some of you may be setting new goals for yourself, new targets for yourself over the next 6 weeks or so. You're going to achieve those goals, and I definitely see that you're going to be recognized for someone who is a very strong contender in your working circumstances. So there may be an entrepreneurship that you're trying to launch at this time. I just need to go get those cards. They just flew right over there. And some of you may even be offered a promotion or a raise during the next 6 weeks, which puts you apart from other people, and they may actually look at you in a different light. So if you're stepping into a leadership role in the next 6 weeks, I would say with the Devil card, you're going to notice some people like looking at you differently. Remember, it's lonely at the top, but you're a natural born leader, so you're always destined to reach a new higher level in your career. You're taking things to new heights there, and I feel like you're having the courage to go to places in your career, go above and beyond that other people just aren't really up to the challenge, right? And you can't help it if you are talented, gifted, and you're going to the top, and other people feel like they can coast and be offered the same opportunities as you. It's just not going to happen. So I definitely see that something you're working really hard to achieving at this time, I feel like you're going to be offered some new opportunity. Could be a new role. We will get to it when we get there. But I feel this is you really like holding out for a new position or holding out for an opportunity to elevate in your career. Now, your first card there is actually the Strength card, and it says maturity there as well. So I definitely see that you're someone who is established in your role. You're very naturally gifted, but also the Strength card indicates some of you may have had some struggles in your career sector recently. These could be that the energy has been off kilter. Some of you may have felt a little bit unbalanced. You may have also felt that someone has wasted your time, or there's been delays in the company opportunities. You may have felt like you've hit a plateau or a glass ceiling there. Also with the Six of Swords, some of you may have felt very tested. You may have felt that there's a lot of drama in the working environment, or you may have had a problem that you needed to solve in your career sector recently, and it's been taking a lot up of your mental capacity there. I feel like you may have been worrying about something. There tends to be this energy that things have been turbulent or you felt tested in some way, but I see that you're coming out the other side. I feel there's an energy here of someone who's in a position of authority who may have been a little bit harder on you recently. Okay, now this person, they actually see themselves as testing you to see if you're up for a new role. So I feel if there's been someone who's been like extra difficult to deal with recently, I feel this person is putting the pressure on to see if you're up for a managerial role or a new level opportunity that's coming in for you. Because I feel this person has been watching your work and really feels that you're up to the job. But I feel like there's some other tasks or responsibilities that you will need to adhere to by stepping into this role. And I feel like they've just put the pressure on a little bit just to see if you can cope with it. Okay. And I feel like absolutely you can, but you may have been wondering why this person's been a little bit like hard on you recently, but I see that this person actually wants to elevate you. So do watch out for that. Of course, if this person is abusing their power in some way, or if you feel the energy is off and they are singling you out in some way and it doesn't feel good, call them out on it. This person will respect you for it, but do it diplomatically, of course, with the right lines of inquiry. Now, this could be that you're just calling this person aside and saying, hey, look, do you have a problem? Because we need to resolve this. I actually want to work really well in this company. I want to level up. And, we're all working together as a team. We all want the same goals. We want the company to work really well, or we want to stand out in the industry if you're an entrepreneur. Two of us can exist at the same time doing what we do. I'm not here to compete with you. I'm here to work with you. And, I feel it could be resolved in a very diplomatic fashion. But of course, life doesn't always go that way. So some of you may need to take a mediator, or you may need to take things to HR, for example. But I feel balance will be restored. Now, that was very precise. It's not going to resonate with everyone. For the majority energy that I have for my beautiful Aries, I feel like you're looking at your career in a bold, daring, new way, and you're going out of your comfort zone to do something different that perhaps you haven't really done before in your career. It's going to be difficult, but you're up to the task, and I feel like you are someone who is going to get the best out of your career and then some. I feel you're checking in with the exchange. Do you still love what you do? And are you on the right path? And the answer is yes, you are on the right path, and you're on the right path to more. Okay, so with this card, I feel like, you are growing in your career, you're establishing yourself. And with that Two of Cups here, this indicates you're looking at reciprocity. Is there an exchange of money financially for your gifts? Also, I feel like there's going to be a wonderful encounter in the next 6 weeks where you benefit. Okay, so this could be like an encounter in the lift that you talk with someone who's in a position of authority, or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you meet someone who is very influential in your career sector and they give you a hot tip, and in some way it really benefits you, because I see you benefiting. There's this energy of benefit coming towards you, but I feel, you know, you worked really hard to establish yourself in this position anyway. But the Two of Cups, you know, of course, it is a card that can be applied to love. So some of you, I feel with the World card, some of you, you know, there is an opportunity to have an office romance, or, you know, find someone like a soulmate in your industry. But I feel this is more to do with your reciprocal exchange of you doing something that you love and actually wanting to, you know, increase more of that and make sure that you get the full benefit financially out of it. Now, of course, we have the World card there as well. Now, the World card indicates that you're going to be someone who is very goal-oriented. I mean, with the Two of Cups there in the World, it tells me that you're trying to find balance between working, focusing on your goals, but also your family, your friends. You know, I feel like you're trying to enjoy yourself along the way. Of course, you're taking your ambition and your career very, very seriously. And with the World card, some of you are thinking about either moving overseas, emigrating your business if you're an entrepreneur, or you're looking at different places in the world where you feel like you belong regarding your career sector. Okay, the World card literally means you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right person or the right opportunity that will have a huge influence in the next steps in your career. So I really feel that there is a bold and daring path being made available to you in the next coming weeks, and I feel like you're going to take it, and I feel it's very rewarding long term as well. Also with the World card, this can indicate some of you are tying up projects or loose ends. You're very, you know, targeted on your priorities at this time before you take some sort of vacation or travel. So I definitely see that you are noticing that people are pulling together. There's a bit of teamwork going on just to make sure that, you know, things are ticking over before you leave. Some of you may actually be training someone in doing something that you do whilst you're away, so that things tick over nicely whilst you're on vacation. I have to say, when you come back, you're going to be a little bit frustrated. This person, you know, they're very scattered in their energy. I feel like they are taking on board what you're saying, but at the same time, they're very easily distracted. And I feel like some of you may need to redo some of the work that this person does while you're away, or you may notice that some things don't get done. Okay, so I don't like giving that energy, but I feel like you're the best at what you do, especially if you work in a company. I feel like you're the sort of person who prioritizes, you pay close attention to detail, and you really are an asset in your team, and you'll be missed. While you're away, you'll be missed, mainly because, you know, I feel like people actually really enjoy your presence, but also I feel like your work is like up to scratch and then some, and whoever is in charge of doing whatever it is that you do while you're away, they're just not as good as you, okay? And I'm not blowing smoke up your you know what. I can see a Seven of Cups here and a Devil card, which tells me this person, you know, they're going to try as hard as they can, but they just don't have the I don't want to say the willpower. I just feel like they're just not as interested in the role as you are. They just feel like they're coasting a little bit. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. Now, also with the World card, this indicates some of you are thinking about staying where you are right now. You know, some of you, I mean, you may be actually keeping an eye on the job market to see if there's anything else out there, but I feel like some of you, your intention may be to stay where you are right now, but the Ace of Cups here tells me that there is a new opportunity being offered, and you're going to have some choices to make at the end of April. So it could be that you are given a hot tip by somebody, or that you suddenly see an opportunity and you think, hey, I do all that. I could earn way more money doing that with a different company. So you may have to really assess whether you want to change right now or whether you're good right now where you're at. Because I feel this energy of you focusing on your goals, making sure there's reciprocity, being very busy, very tenacious and ambitious, but also very productive over the next coming weeks. But also I feel like some of you are looking at whether the exchange is equal to the amount of effort that you put in there. Now we do have the card of, well, it's equilibrium, of course, and it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse. This is the Temperance card. okay? And this can indicate, especially with the Six of Swords and the Two of Wands, it can indicate if you rush any part of your work, you may have to return to it, okay? So I feel there's an energy here of you making sure that, you know, you don't feel pressured into getting a task done quickly, because I feel like you'll return to a project. Now, it could be that you are sharing a project, because the Two of Cups there indicates that you may do part of the job and you do it to your best of your ability, and then the next stage of it has to be done by somebody else, and then you may feel that you have to go back on it because either they make a mistake or they rush it and it has to be resolved. I just feel that some of you are returning to something that you've done, and you may feel a little bit frustrated, but it almost feels like it wasn't your mistake or it wasn't the correction that you had to make. It feels like it was someone else. So for example, if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you have given your accounts to an accountant to do, and actually you find that there are some discrepancies. They didn't really listen to you or take on board what you said, or they lost something that you sent them and you have to resend it. It just feels like you're going to have to go back on something, okay? So I know it sounds really frustrating, but that's coming through there as well. But also, you know, this is a card of duality. So some of you, you know, I get the sense that some of you may be doing like some sort of role where it feels very stable, but also something on the move. So some of you may be thinking of ideas of how to be a little bit more nomadic in your career, or you may be setting up a second stream of income that is either online, that has far-reaching potential. This could be something where you are like an influencer, or you're on a social media platform, for example, that gets across the world, and it may be something that you dip into from time to time, but you may have like other projects that you do long term. I feel like you will have the best of both worlds. Some of you are thinking about retirement at this stage, and you're looking at how on track you are for those retirement goals, okay? I feel like you are kind of looking at your options at this time, and you're making the right decisions for that. Ultimately, you will be on target if you feel like you're not, because some of you with that Devil card, you may feel a little bit worried about that. There may be some fears there, but with the overarching energy being the Emperor, it tells me that you may either enlist some sort of person in a position to help you, or you may actually, you know, take charge yourself and recognize that actually you are on target. There is nothing to worry about. Also, the Equilibrium card, you know, there's a big old tree there. So some of you may feel that, you know, you're on a path to wealth. You can feel all the efforts that you're putting in will be rewarded, but at the same time, you may feel like you're not there yet. Okay, you may have felt like there has been some chaotic working situations or working environments, and you may feel that you need to withdraw in order to focus a little bit more. Also, you may feel, especially with the Two of Wands there and the Six of Swords, if you're a freelancer, for example, you may have noticed that someone is not paid on time, and you may have to chase some finances. I hate giving that message, but it is coming through. You will get it, okay? I feel like you will get it. But also, I feel there may be someone who tries to pay in installments, but I feel with the Devil card and the Star energy, I feel, you know, with respect, I feel there's like an honest, open conversation where you say, actually, that's not going to work. And I feel like they will settle up. I feel like they do have the funds. I feel like they're just holding on to them because they are a little bit worried themselves right now. But ultimately, I feel like they will pay up. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. Now, we do have the Two of Wands for you, and it's in the resistance position. Okay, so if you've had any delays recently in, you know, you moving into an entrepreneurship, if you've been thinking about launching a business, but you've been just holding off to the right moment, I definitely see your birthday month being, you know, the month where you launch something. It may even be like a special date where you launch something. So if you are thinking about launching a business, it is going to be very lucrative for you. I feel like, you know, shining your light, peacocking yourself, and really believing in your skill set will open you up to new clients or new goals, but also new projects. and I feel like it's almost like doors are opening up for you. So I feel bold new moves bring bold new outcomes, and I definitely see that you're in charge of any changes that are going on in your career sector, whether you're an entrepreneur or you work for a business. But the Two of Wands, I mean, some of you may have even delayed some sort of vacation already. So it could be that, and this is coming out briefly, it may not resonate for everyone. Actually, I'm going to park that there and come back to it. But some of you may have already delayed your vacation or a trip because you may have felt that your presence is required in the working environment. And if you're taking a vacation, you may, especially if you work for a company, you may approach like your boss and say, hey, I'm thinking about taking a vacation during this date. You may find that your boss is also taking a vacation during that time. And they may actually say, can we like discuss dates so that we can work around each other and come to a compromise? You may feel a little bit frustrated about that, but I feel long term, I feel it goes in your favor, because this boss or this person, they will remember that you did them that favor, and I feel like they're lining you up for some opportunity. So I feel it's coming back around. It's almost like some karma coming back around. I don't feel it's going to be like a major deal. Maybe like 1 or 2 days either side that you'll have to delay it for, is what I see. Now the Two of Wands can also indicate that some of you feel that you've hit some sort of level or plateau in your career, and you have a thirst to accomplish something more. So some of you may put yourself in a course of learning, or you may be looking at alternative opportunities, but because it's in the resistance position, it feels very much like if you thought about looking for opportunities elsewhere, it's almost like you put it on hold and you thought, you know what, actually I'm going to stay where I am right now, see how something goes. So it could be that you're waiting for a bonus or some sort of like a quarterly indication of change, whether it's an increase in finances or a promotion becoming available. It almost feels like you're going to wait until that moment and then decide whether you want to stay or whether you want to go. Because I feel like some of you are like, okay, if I don't get the promotion, I'm going. If I get the bonus, I'm going. I feel there's this energy where if you get the promotion, you're going to stay. But if it's just a bonus or, I just still feel like you're leaving. I feel there's an energy here of you wanting a certain position, and if you don't get it, you're valuing your skill set and taking yourself elsewhere. Also, the Two of Wands, I feel like some of you have been trying to plan something. So whether it is a vacation or whether it is you're planning some sort of change in your career sector, or even a meeting, a discussion with someone in your industry or in your company, I feel some of you may have been putting off an appraisal or putting off a very important conversation because you're worried about how it's going to go. It actually is going to open you up to lots of new opportunities, and I feel like it's going to go better than you were expecting. So if there is some sort of meeting you were hoping to have but you're really a bit worried about it, I definitely see it's going to go better than you thought, okay? Now also we have the Six of Swords. Now it is in the resistance position, along with the Temperance card in the resistance position and the Two of Wands. Some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck or unmotivated. Now that's not to be confused with passionate. You're someone who is highly passionate, ambitious, talented, and driven. But some of you, you may have been in circumstances where you feel like you are that go-getter, but the environment you're working in is somehow draining your energy or dampening your shine. And you're like, ugh, I just feel like you're set apart in some way from the environment that you work in. And it's been hard to maintain momentum. For example, you may have been surrounding yourself with naysayers. If you're like, oh, I got this wonderful new idea, we should totally do this. It would really revamp and revitalize the way that we work, streamline the energy, so that we have more time for other tasks, responsibilities, and priorities. And other people are like, yeah, I mean, that would be a good idea, but we've always done it this way, so maybe we should just leave it where it is. And you're like, right, okay. And you're like, nothing you say is going to change the people around you, and it's making you feel really like antsy, like you want to move. So I feel some of you are either changing your approach, or you're actually deciding to leave that kind of environment, because you tend to be someone who is there to shake things up a little bit, but also to be very successful on your path. It's almost like tunnel vision. When you see your goal, you work really hard to achieving that goal, and then you're on to the next. And you rarely actually give yourself time to celebrate your wins, but you are asked to celebrate a win during this time, because there is something good coming in that you will celebrate there. You will be recognized for your leadership skills, whether you're in a leadership position or not. And I feel this puts you in a prime position to be asked to step into a leadership role. And if you are an entrepreneur, I feel like your business is going to really flourish and be seen by more people, more clients, and get more attention is what I see there. Now the Six of Swords, it will go into the upright by the end of the 6 weeks. So if you have been having any difficulty or you've been struggling with finding a solution regarding a business or a task or responsibility, or even someone who's been abusing their power, I feel a solution will be found. Six of Swords indicates that you're being guided into better times. It may not feel like it, but you are turning a page for the better. And also, financially, on a personal level, I definitely see that things may have been tight, but you will get through this. And there are better opportunities coming into alignment with you, and you're being offered some sort of benefit, award, bonus, or some sort of resource from the universe at this time that is going to help you financially and keep you moving in the right direction. But also with the Six of Swords, this can indicate that some of you have been tested in your career. You may even get a test, and although I mentioned that someone in your either industry has been difficult or in your company has been difficult, some of you may even notice like a really small test, like from IT. If you receive some sort of phishing email, don't click on it. It may be a test from IT department just to see how secure the working environment is. For some of you, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, definitely do not click on any phishing emails at this time, or ever really, because I feel like there could be a link in that or a bug in it that will actually impede your progress. You may actually have to get the laptop debugged or fixed or something. I don't really know much about technology, but that energy is coming through, so I thought I'd mention it there. Ultimately, some of you are trying to move into bold new areas in your career, and you're moving through uncharted territory, but you have a calling and you're listening to that calling, and actually your guides are protecting you on this path towards a better opportunity. Okay, so I see that you're actually being guided to leveling up in your career. Now, of course, we have leadership. This is, of course, your card, my beautiful Aries. It's the Emperor energy. This is about you establishing yourself in a position of power. Whether you're launching a new business or whether you are stepping into a leadership role, there is promotion or an opportunity to level up or be seen for your skill set as someone who is successful. You're serious about your career. I mean, when you get the Emperor energy, it also indicates that, you are super focused, super organized, and you are someone who takes your career really seriously. You're very ambitious. And the Star energy indicates that you shine for that very reason, that you are someone who is destined for the top. And don't shy away from, peacocking your skills, because you're not being egotistical. You're basically showing people what you're capable of. So if you have an appraisal or, someone maybe needs your help over the next coming weeks in your career, whatever it is you do or give out, it comes back as a boomerang towards you. So for example, if someone asks for your help in the lift and you don't know who this person is, you may find that this person actually runs the company as a silent partner. Or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that there's someone in the industry who's really well connected, and because you did them a good turn and helped them and you had no idea who this person is, it feels very much like this person is going to go above and beyond to make sure that they pay you back and do you a favor, okay? Even though you're not trying to do something to get something back, it just feels like a favor is going to be given to you for your career. And you work really hard to be in this position, but I feel the opportunity, this person sees it as a favor, but actually it's an opportunity that you are talented and gifted at taking. And then you're going to take things to the next level. So this could be a promotion, but it could also be you gaining a little bit of information or having some sort of networking opportunity to mingle with the right people to help you launch your own business. But this is a card of showcasing your leadership skills, especially since you have the star energy here as well. These cards, these are your outcome energies. So this indicates that you're going to be very successful in whatever it is you do, and lots of doors are opening up to you at this time. The star energy indicates that some of you, especially if you've been in a toxic working environment, you're being given signs right now to leave that position, heal from that toxic environment, and move into a different environment that feels more welcoming, but also utilizes your skills and wants to elevate you. And if you're currently out of work and you're looking for work, whether you were made redundant or whether you were fired, or whether you were actually let go from a position, or you even walked away from a position yourself because of the environment, I definitely see that there is a new role coming in for you. It will be offered. Actually, there's a couple. It's bizarre, but I'm seeing almost like 3.5 roles. I don't know what a half a role is. Maybe that means there is something temporary offered to you as well, or freelance or seasonal. Okay, that's coming through there. Some of you may take that as well, but I see 3.5 roles almost being offered to you, and you get the pick of the bunch. And I feel, of course, you're going to pick the one that brings in more money, but also the one that you love, something that has more potential, more scope for you to be in charge and, really make that role yourself, establish yourself in that role. For some of you, if you're an influencer, this is your opportunity to be really famous or be seen for your gifts and talents. The star energy is a card of success. It's a card of being in the limelight. It's a card of being recognized for your skill set and being noticed for the gifts and talents that you have. I definitely see that you are elevating, but also I feel something you've been wishing for is going to become a reality, but it has been hard won. Now, sometimes when we are destined for success, or we have some sort of successful win in our career, because you do have the Emperor energy and the Star, the Devil is showing up here as well. So there may be a moment where you're stepping into a role and you deserve this role. You're very accomplished at what you do, but sometimes imposter syndrome could set in, or doubts set in. So just watch out for that. Don't allow that doubt or those inner critic voices that we all have sometimes. Don't allow it to derail you or knock your confidence, because you are really good and gifted at what you do, okay? There are new doors opening up for you, and when that happens, suddenly things change. So, success could mean that you have to travel, and that means the family dynamic has to shift or change, or you have to, change your schedule. For some of you, it could be that you are seconded to a different building, or you have to put more hours in the office. Things are changing and it feels overwhelming, but actually you will be in control of whatever it is that you do, and things are going to settle down. Many years ago, I moved into like a new role in a company, and there was so much work. I was like, oh my gosh, I am never going to be able to do all of this. I just can't do it. And it was my very first day at work and in this role, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I can't do this. And even though I'd done something very similar in a previous role, I sat there in fear. And then second day, third day, I was like, I'm just not getting it. Of course, I don't know the people's names. I don't know the departments. I don't know their numbers. I don't know a lot of the company working practices, but you learn as you go. The first, I would say, up to even 3 months were very overwhelming. The first day and the first week, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to leave. This is awful. I can't do this. And they're going to look at me like I can't do this. But it was a new role. I have to have some compassion for myself, because I'm entering into a new environment and I'm learning the ropes. Of course, you've got skills in whatever it is that you're doing, but if you're moving into a new environment, you're going to be learning new practices, learning new faces, and working out how they do things that perhaps you did in your other company, but they do things differently in the new one. It can feel really overwhelming. I must have said to myself about 1 million times over a month's period, I'm leaving. I'm giving you my notice. I'm leaving. But this little voice inside of me was like, stay. This is where you need to be. And actually, you warm to the role warms to you, and suddenly it's like second nature, and then you're like part of the furniture, as it were, in your career. So if some of you are moving into a new role and you're finding it really daunting right now, you got this. You know, you are highly gifted and talented. And yes, it's busy and it's different, but you know, things are going to calm down and you're actually going to love it a lot more than you do at first. So of course, if people are being rude or it's a toxic environment, then, you know, exit stage left, as it were, as quickly as possible. But I definitely see that, you know, some of you may be overthinking a role that is being made available to you. Now, I just want to clarify the Devil card. Interesting. We got the Five of Cups here. So this can indicate that either some of you feel like you were promised a role or a promotion, or you walked into a job and you felt it was one thing, but it wasn't. Okay. I feel like there is a new opportunity on the horizon for you that is going to really change everything. The Five of Cups can indicate that some of you feel like it's difficult right now, but actually it's not as bad as it seems, and you will get through this. You know, the universe is stepping in to change your circumstances. The Two of Cups is here, and you're hoping for the Two of Cups. This could be better working practices. It could be that you want better alliances, people who support you, that you can work as a team member with, you know, but with that Five of Cups there, those three cups built on the floor, it can indicate that whilst you love what you do, you've kind of lost that taste for it. You may feel it's the same old thing, just a different day. And either you are, you know, feeling that you should have been further along on your path right now, or you feel that, you know, you don't know how things are going to change. But suddenly things can change just like that. Some good news coming in. Definitely, I see that. The Ace of Cups, a new opportunity. So I definitely see here that even though you may be lamenting some things that didn't go really well for you right now in your career sector, or some of you, you know, you may be going through something personal right now and you're trying to focus on work as much as possible in order to not focus on something private. And it's really hard, but things are going to get a bit easier for you there as well, okay? Also, with the Devil card, I see that there's going to be someone who was working in the environment who may have been toxic. They may leave, and as soon as they leave, the environment just feels so much better. So you may hear of someone leaving, and it actually helps you elevate in your career. It's almost like this person was a gatekeeper in some way, and they don't tend to get on with many people. It's almost like they really enjoyed making other people's lives a misery because they were so unhappy with where they were at right now. I really don't understand people. If you're unhappy where you're at, leave. You know, you're not stuck to the floor. It's time to move forward. Don't make other people's life a misery in that environment. And if you're not happy where you're at right now, I definitely see you looking at your skill set and recognizing you have so much to offer the working environment. You are an asset to your industry, and I definitely see something really rewarding coming in for you. Now, for some of you, this could be a bonus. Okay, you may be worried about how the company has been doing if you're in a company environment and wondering if you're going to get a bonus. I mean, I do see a bonus coming in, but I'm also seeing this really weird option thing coming in. And this may not resonate with everyone, but it could be that some of you are offered to almost like put a bonus into a pension, or maybe it's like you get to choose. There may be some downsizing going on in the working environment, and you may be offered the opportunity to either pool money into a bonus or into like a gym membership, or, you know, I don't know. I just feel this, like weird option coming in. So I'm going to leave that there because I'm not really sure if that's going to resonate with everyone or anyone, but it's just popped in there. So if your company is doing some sort of merge or some sort of downsizing, they may actually like offer you alternatives for something that you're already used to. And it may make you feel a little bit disappointed because I feel there's a disappointment energy here. But ultimately, I feel it works out even better for you because there's something new being offered to you. You can't see that right now, but things are going to change for the better. Now, you know, I want to pull one more card for that Devil card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guide Angels. Can you please guide? For some of you, I feel there may be some changes and you're hoping to break free of something that was difficult. Yeah, the Devil card. The Devil card indicates, you know, some sort of good news, but you may be worried about it, like long term. You know, when things are changing and it's really positive, Sometimes we can feel, okay, it's too good to be true. Where's the fly in the ointment? So I just feel it's more that, okay? There's something being offered to you that's really good. For some of you, it could be that someone in your current working environment is leaving to move into a different company, and they may ask you to come with them. So they almost like poach you for their own practice. This is really great news, but you may worry how it's going to reflect in the industry, or how you have that conversation with HR, or, I feel like there is something that benefits you, but you're just a little bit nervous about taking that next step. 4 Wands is celebrate. Okay, it indicates that there is a news to celebrate, but also there is like an important networking or partnership opportunity, and it benefits you. Now we do have that 7 of Cups, which is a lot of options. I do feel that you're going to be very busy in the month of March and April. Actually, I feel like you're going to be spinning plates almost, where you have a lot on that plate and you're focused on multitasking. 7 of Cups also is a card of, lots of options, or lots of things on your plate can leave you scattered. So I feel prioritizing is really important, especially as your overarching energy there is the Emperor. It means that you're focused, organized, and completely on it. But I feel this is you like focusing on a task or a project or a responsibility and prioritizing the most important thing, and everything else will filter after that. But the 7 of Cups is a really awesome card because it means visualize what it is you truly want, and it shall be so. This is about you having doors opening up for you at this time, but you have to ask yourself which doors you want to open for you, because there could be some opportunities that come along and you're like, meh, that's not for me. It's a great opportunity, but I feel like I'm going to stay where I am right now. It's not the right one. And then suddenly the Ace of Cups shows up. This is the right opportunity. This is, you following your heart, but also it's an opportunity that you will love. And I feel I need to pull a card on it, but I feel, out of a couple of opportunities that come your way, because I feel, again, it sounds bizarre, but I feel 3.5 opportunities are coming your way, and one of them is the right one. Okay, and I feel this is gifted from the universe because you've been working really hard. So this could be a new role, leadership position, could be promotion, could also be an increase in your finances, like a bonus. It's almost like shows appreciation for what you do. 2 of Cups, you get your wish. This is your protagonist energy. You want the 2 of Cups. You want good working partnerships, whether you're an entrepreneur or work in a company. You want reciprocity. You want a little bit more excitement, new adventure in your career. Okay, the 2 of Cups is like you will toast some good news. The Knight of Wands can indicate that, there is like a fast-paced environment and you're rewarded for it. Could also indicate that, you are doing something bold and daring, maybe launching an entrepreneurship or launching a new project, or approach a project in a really maverick way that stands out from everybody else and you win the deal. Okay, I just get a sense also with this Knight of Wands that, you may take a gamble on something. I feel intuitively you follow a hunch and it pays off. So for some of you, it could be also that you work on a creative project as a collaboration. It may be something that's short-lived as well, but it may open new doors for you as well there. But I feel like you're passionate, you're driven, you are headed towards your goals and dreams, and you accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Again, some of you may even partner up with a loved one or a partner or someone in your family to launch a new business, and it's going to be very exciting, very lucrative as well there. But ultimately, I feel it's about how do you get the best out of your career and maintain a secure position. Ascension. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, and Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What else do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? I'm just going to get some final cards here for you as well. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, and Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Can you please show them the way? Okay. So we have Ascension, which indicates, elevation in your career sector. The staircase is being made available for you to level up and move to the next stage. It says here, you're shifting from one reality to a higher vibrational reality. It's time to soar to new heights, thriving, increase, and taking off. Okay, but I feel like you worked really hard to get to this position in the first place, and at the top of that staircase is a star. So that's achieving a wish or a goal or a dream come true, and the star energy is there for you as well, which means you're aligning yourself with something that you set out to do, and you're going to be really proud of yourself that you accomplish it. Also, we've got superior. Okay, now this is a great card because it indicates, the throne is empty on this card. It's available for you to take that throne, and you've got the Emperor energy. Male or female, not a gender specific reading. I feel, a new established position is being made available to you, and you're the only person who can fill that role. It says here, become a leader in the situation. So you're totally taking charge of your career, and you're really excited about the next steps. It says, speak and act with authority. Set your boundaries and know your limits. Boss, leadership, and authority. I mean, that's the second time you've got a card that says, leadership, but also it's about maintaining healthy boundaries in the working environment, making sure that you, of course, you go above and beyond, but making sure that you're respected in your position, appreciated for what you do, but also that you have that wonderful word in your vocabulary, which is no. Know your limits. Know your boundaries, know your cutoff points, making sure that you're in a healthy working environment. Also, we've got protection. Okay, protecting any ideas there, but also protecting your finances, everything that you worked really hard for. It says here, save your money, guardian, investor, broker, insurance, and retirement. Now, I did mention retirement here. Some of you are thinking about the right time to retire. I feel like, you're being very savvy with your finances at this time. Some of you may learn more about compounding interest or learning about your assets and how to get the best out of your retirement. With the Emperor there, it can indicate that you're enlisting the help of someone in a position of authority to help you there. You may seek legal advice in some way. Also, we've got strike now. A time-sensitive opportunity. I definitely see that's happening here for you. It says show up, follow up, bold plan, start, expand, reach, and cash in. And whether you're an entrepreneur or not, I really feel you just naturally have that energy of seizing the day, striking, in the moment for that right opportunity, and really showing up to elevate, because I feel like you're investing in you, and therefore I feel there is reciprocity where you get the best deal available to you, but you worked really hard for it. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, so we have, interesting, we have the butterfly, which indicates transformation. So definitely evolution in your career, time to spread your wings and fly. Butterflies, they tend to be in a chrysalis for some time, evolving. And, a caterpillar doesn't just go into a chrysalis and just takes a little nap and wakes up with butterfly wings. Basically, it goes through a very painful process of dissolving itself. So some of you may have felt you've been a little bit lost in your career recently, or coasting, or you felt that there's been no opportunities to elevate, but suddenly one is becoming available to you. And all the while that you've been waiting, you've been nourishing your career, you've been working really hard, you've been establishing yourself as someone who is a force to be reckoned with, who is really talented and destined for the top. And now the opportunity arrives for you to spread your wings and show what you're made of. Also, we have the seahorse. So this can indicate that you're nourishing a dream, you're doing something that you love, you're doing something bold and daring and maverick. When you think about the seahorse, the male seahorse actually gives birth to all the eggs. So some of you may be actually doing something very different that is not typically expected from you in your circumstances, but it actually puts you in a really incredible position to increase your finances and level up. And some of you could also be partnering up with someone you love, whether it's a spouse or a family member or someone that you really trust. There could be a partnership there. But ultimately, this is about loving what you do and, you know, also being financially recompensed for it as well. So a lot to think about there. I definitely see some good news, a partnership or a new contract being offered to you. And I feel, you know, this is something that you've been yearning to do for quite some time. There's a start of opportunity and it has so much potential. And you're the person who can nourish that potential and take things to the next level. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.